Sometimes, family isn't what you expect, it's what you learn to love. That's what I realized the day I met him, the boy who changed everything. My name's Tim, and until that day, I thought I had everything figured out. My parents, my room, my rules, my world. But one afternoon, when the sun fell soft through the kitchen window, Mom sat me down and said, "Tim, there's someone we want you to meet." I didn't know it then, but my life was about to twist in a way I could never have imagined. It was early summer, and everything smelled like fresh rain. I was sitting in the living room, trying to beat the final level of my video game, when I heard the car pull up. Mom and Dad were outside, their voices low but nervous. I peeked out the window and saw them open the door, and then he stepped out. A small boy, maybe 7, clutching a worn-out teddy bear. His clothes were too big, his eyes too quiet. "This is Ethan," Dad said gently. "He'll be staying with us for a while." For a while? The words hit me strange. I was 12, old enough to understand what they meant. I knew about foster care. I knew that for a while meant something bad had happened somewhere else. Ethan looked up at me, shy, uncertain. I forced a smile, though my heart felt like a stone. "Hey," I said, "I'm Tim." He didn't answer, just nodded and hugged his bear tighter. That first week, everything felt off. He didn't talk much. He didn't eat much. He didn't even look at me. Mom said, "He's been through a lot, Tim. Give him time." So I did. But it wasn't easy. His presence changed the rhythm of the house. My parents spent more time helping him, and sometimes I'd hear him crying at night. Soft, broken sobs that crawled under my door. One night, curiosity got the better of me. I crept to his room and peeked in. He was sitting by the window, staring at the stars, whispering something to his teddy bear. "What are you doing?" I asked quietly. He jumped, eyes wide, then whispered, "I'm talking to my mom. She's in heaven." I froze. I didn't know what to say. I just stood there, my throat tight. That was the first time he really looked at me, not with fear, but with something else. Trust. After that night, something changed. Slowly, he started following me around the house, copying what I did. If I played with my football, he wanted to try. If I drew something, he wanted to color next to me. And for the first time, I didn't mind. One afternoon, we went to the park. Ethan watched some older kids playing soccer, his eyes bright. I tossed him the ball and said, "Come on, let's play." He hesitated, but then smiled, just a small one, and kicked it back. It was clumsy, awkward, but it made him laugh. That sound, it was like hearing sunlight. From that day, we played every evening. I taught him how to dribble, how to kick straight, how to celebrate a goal like a pro. Mom would watch us from the porch, smiling like her heart was whole again. But just when everything started to feel normal, everything changed again. One Friday, after dinner, Mom got a call. She stepped into the kitchen, whispering. I heard the words placement, family, and Monday. Ethan was going to be adopted by another family that I didn't understand why I felt what I felt. Anger, sadness, confusion. That night, when Ethan went to bed, I sat in the dark, staring at the floor. I'd spent weeks wishing for my life to go back to normal, and now that it was about to, I didn't want it anymore. The next morning, I found Ethan in the backyard, sitting on the swing, his teddy bear on his lap. "You're leaving?" I said quietly. He nodded. "They said I'll have a new room. And a dog." I swallowed hard. "That's cool." He looked up. "Will you miss me?" I wanted to say no, to stay tough, but the words broke before they reached my mouth. "Yeah," I whispered. "A lot." He smiled sadly. "Then I'll miss you too, brother." The word brother hit me like lightning. Not foster brother. Not just a kid who stayed for a while. Brother. When Monday came, we stood by the door as the social worker packed his little bag. He looked small again, smaller than ever. When he hugged me, he whispered, "Thank you for teaching me how to play." And then he was gone. Days passed. The house felt quiet, empty in a way it had never been before. His room stayed the same, the bed still neatly made, the teddy bear gone with him. I tried to play soccer alone, but the ball felt heavier now, the field too wide. One evening, weeks later, a letter arrived. It was from Ethan's new family. He had drawn a messy picture of 2 stick figures, one tall, one short, kicking a ball. Above it, in shaky letters, it said ***, me and my brother Tim. I sat there for a long time, the paper trembling in my hands. Mom watched me, her eyes soft. Sometimes, she said quietly, we meet people who remind us what love really means. I nodded, tears slipping silently down my cheeks. Because she was right. Ethan had taught me more than I'd ever taught him, about patience, kindness, and what it truly means to open your heart to someone who needs it. And from that day, I stopped thinking of him as the boy who stayed for a while. He was, and always would be, my brother. Would you like me to write a powerful YouTube description, hashtags, keywords, background image prompts, and thumbnail prompt for this story next?